back to another video. Today I have something, again, a little bit different than anything I've opened on the channel to date. Um, yeah, I guess I should just open it and then talk about what it is and why I have it. Yeah, I don't even know how to preface, talk about what it is without spoiling what it is. I guess I could say this. It is an album, a vinyl album. I recently joined that the reemergence of vinyl, even though it's not really gone away. I finally have a record player here in the house, and now this is an album that, shockingly enough, I already have a copy of this album, and I've already listened to it. I actually got the copy of the album before I had a record player. But I think once I show you what the subject matter is, it'll make sense why I actually have purchased a copy before. It is comic related, the comic album related to a comic book, I should say it that way. Okay, let's get this open. And again, in true collector fashion, there is a reason why I am chasing multiple copies of this album. So, all right, so let's get that out. Let's get it out of the. All right, so it is a. Take it out of here. It's a soundtrack to a comic story. Which is a cool concept. It's been done once before that I know of. I think his name is Thomas Holopainen. He's the member of the band Nightwish. He did a soundtrack to The Life and Times of Scrooge by Don Rosa, and that's a really well done. It's a score. There's some lyrics in some of the songs, but mainly just a score set to the story of The Life and Times of Scrooge McDuck, which is a fantastic story, and I should do something on that sometime, because I think that's grossly underrated. Even though it's gotten a lot of attention, it's underrated in my mind. So anyway, this is a soundtrack that came out just a few years ago, and it was a soundtrack to death metal. The Dark Knight's death metal storyline from Greg Capullo and Scott Snyder, and it's a fun album. It doesn't have a lot of songs from bands that I was familiar with, but I like it. I like the tone of the album. It matches the kind of crazy tone of death metal. Yeah, and death metal is, I mean, again, the reason why I really love it is the art by Greg Capullo. I love that. But the story, I enjoyed the story too. I talked about that before when I opened the omnibus. But okay, so the reason I have multiple copies of this album is some of the albums come with trading cards, and yeah, as a kid of the 90s, comic trading cards are huge. But there is a random nature to the cards that are included in each album. There is a set of 11 cards, and I'll show you what I have so far, and then I'll show you what I got in this one. There's a Wonder Woman, Batman. Batman was easy because this one came with the there was a Walmart exclusive version of the album, and Batman came in every single one of those. So he's actually an easier one to get. There's the Batman Who Laughs, Flash, Darkseid, and Perpetua. And so there are, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 I have. This is a 7th, and this one is a character that I really enjoy. People love to hate him, or hate to hate him, or love, I don't know, just hate him. But it's Superboy Prime, and he was an integral part of the death metal story. And there was a really cool, I think I talked about this too when I opened the omnibus. There's a great tie-in issue that talks about how it's like, you know, a redemption arc for Superboy Prime, and yeah, it was a really emotional and impactful comic that I really enjoyed. So I can show you what the albums look like. I think yeah, this is the that's the other thing. So there are multiple like pressings or multiple vinyl colors for the album, and you know, there's a blue one, a red one, this is a yellow, there's a like a kind of a charcoal gray. So I've ended up with multiple copies of this album, and I have another one that is I found online, because a lot of times I don't like buying the sealed albums, because it takes, you know, I did a couple of those. I found a site that had them on sale for pretty cheap, and opened those up and got a lot of duplicates. So I think I still have multiples of I think Wonder Woman is the one that I still have, but it's just it's so tough to get a set of these, and so I just buy whenever I see a used album that has the card. I try to see what card is in it, and then buy the ones that I need. This has been a collection that is years in the making. I mean, Death Metal only came out like 2-3 years ago. I guess 4 years. I think it came out during 2020. But yeah, I've been kind of piecing it together as we go. And a lot of times the albums will probably be around like $20. Not too bad usually. Usually around what I will spend, what I'm willing to spend. So, you know, will this collection be worth what I'm putting into it? Probably not. But it's the idea of, you know, that difficult task that I guess I'm just sick enough to try to do, um, because they're random. There's no. It'd be one thing if, like, you know, each character came in a certain edition of the album and you just kind of chase down those editions of the album, and that would be, you know, I guess easier. But there was just such a random nature to it that it's been a chore. So, but it's been fun. You know, it gives me something to look at on eBay, and there's a you know, a album marketplace site that I use, and I've found, you know, a couple copies of things I need there through them. But it's just it's fun. It's fun to kind of to have something else to search for and look for. And it's not too expensive, because I really only find every once in a while I find one that I need. And I think, what am I? What, seven? I have. There's 11 cards, so I need Lex Luthor, Superman, Lobo, and there's a Robin King card that I still don't have. So I don't even know what I'll do with the cards once I have all 11 of them. It's just the idea that I want to chase them. So yeah. So anyway, that's the look at the latest package that I've opened up, and sharing another you know, thing that I'm collecting in the collection, uh, just having fun with. So just a less expensive thing to chase instead of comic art, but still kind of fun to do. So yeah, thank you for watching this one, and I'll see you soon.